And let's see if we can get anybody on here tonight. Coming on a Thursday night, a little bit different. Jumping in here to see what's going on with everybody. See if we can get a few. They're not expecting me. Yeah. Well, hey, Greg, how are you? You made it first. Yeah, I'm up here on a Thursday night. Got the door open to the shop. It's cooler outside than it is inside the shop tonight. Just trying to see if anybody wants to jump in here and chat tonight. Kind of give an update of what's going on this week. Been a little bit of a slow coverage thing, I guess. Not too much going on. A little bit of change here and there. I've got some new drivers I'm putting on. Got a driver or two that left and moving on. So it's humid, something terrible. It's been about 96 degrees and as humid as you can get. How's the audio and the picture? Is it okay out there, Greg? I'm just trying to get a reading on my settings here. See if I need to change anything. Does everything look pretty good there? Hey, Ag Tech, how are you? How is it up there at the cool north? Up there in Canada, how is it this week? Looks good on your end. That's good. That's good. I just want to make sure my new settings up here at the shop. Sometimes it's not as great as it is out at the Napa store. I don't think I have quite the bandwidth out here that I do at the Napa store, but it does pretty good. It looks like. I mean, it's I might have to. Oh, it's hot up there too, is it? Well, it's steaming hot down here. It's 90, like I said, about 96 degrees and very humid down here. And we've had a little bit of a shower that came through a while ago to cool it up. And like I said, it's actually cooler outside the shop. I've got one of the big bay doors open right here, maybe to help cool it down in here. It's a little bit muggy inside the shop here. I got a little small fan running beside me, but it's kind of muggy up here too. Don't have AC out in the shop. Got these big fans, but I don't want to run the big fans while. Hey, Craig, how are you? Now my truck, my drivers are home every day. Nobody sleeps in trucks. Now my drivers sleep in their own bed, not the truck. So that's a good thing. Yeah, they. I mean, some of them run at night and they're sleeping in the daytime, and some of them, the majority of them start coming in, I guess, in the early morning about 3 o'clock. I got some to come in about 3:30, 4 o'clock, 4:30. Some come in at 6:30, on like that. It staggers in. I mean, there's not any. I mean, most guys have, about a 10-hour day, 10, 11-hour day, but it staggers depending on the route they've got. I mean, some routes meet earlier than others, depending on the location they're meeting and the lane slot that they're in. I mean, that's what determines that. So it really depends, where they're going. Every once in a while, we might have a run through of, say, if there's a breakdown on the other side or something like that, we'll have to run through to the other location, lay over, and then come back. Not very often. It's kind of a hit and miss on that. Generally speaking, it's they're in and out the same day, and they're coming in and out and back to us, back to the home base, whether it be Savannah or Charlotte. I mean, I've got, the Savannah drivers do the same thing as the Charlotte drivers, only their home base is Savannah, Georgia, and the Charlotte drivers, their home base, of course, is Charlotte. But I've got nighttime Atlantas going out. I got daytime Atlantas going out. Daytime East Knoxville's. I got some early in the morning Knoxville's. I've got, just a variety of different ones. Yeah. Now, hey, Jerry, how are you this morning or this afternoon? What am I saying this morning? Yeah. Yeah. It's, so the picture's coming in good for everybody and the sound's coming in good. That's what I'm after. I got a little fan running here in the background. I don't guess that bothers anybody. I don't guess you're hearing that fan. I hope not, anyway. Yeah. Hopefully a good picture. Okay. Well, great. Considering the source, I mean, I can only make so good of a picture for an old man and everything. So you get what you see there. In other words, it's hard to put a tuxedo on a pig. You still got a pig. Okay, good. The fan. I got one of these little small Ryobi fans down here beside me. It's fairly quiet. I didn't think it would too noisy. I got it on low, but it puts enough breeze on me here that brings it in from the outside there a little bit. As long as I don't get any chiggers or or mosquitoes up here in the shop tonight, I'll be all right. I've got one in the shop right here. We got one that's an anomaly over there. We're having to deal with. It's blowing off water hoses. It's lost a serpentine belt. I think we got a compressor going bad because they think that it's heating up the system because the water jug actually got warped on it here. We're trying to run this one down, try to figure out what it is. We've had a couple of people different brains looking at this one, and I may have to put a air compressor on it because we think it's heating up the system too much. In other words, it's sort of like a head gasket, from what I understood from one of my Detroit specialists. He says it's possible that it's like a head gasket on a truck, only it's in the compressor, and it's letting that hot air force through there too much, and it's kind of overheating our system on our air hoses, because we had the major airline that popped. We had a lower airline that popped. We've had the water jug. We had a water line that popped, and we think it's overheating some stuff within the system, trying to get it figured out. Hey, Pat Clark, how are you? Yeah, yeah. I don't want to put lipstick on a pig. That's for sure. Oh, I need Marilyn Monroe in the background. Yeah, I guess so. I don't have anything, any kind of pictures in here. I got some. I can turn on lights. I got another light over here, but I kind of just left this natural in here tonight. Enough light to come in on me, and I got some. Well, good gracious, Craig, don't be spending your good money on me. I appreciate it, but yeah, don't. Uh, there's some ice cream money. Yeah, well, our ice cream place, we've had a little bit of controversy down here in Gaston County. We got some of the Black Lives Matter wanted to make a big to do about the ice cream, Tony's ice cream, which is well known down here in these parts of North Carolina. And we had some girl that came in there and said that she didn't like the way the waitress rolled her eyes when she saw that she had a Black Lives Matter button. And I thought it was ridiculous. She made a big to do about nothing. And we don't need that stirred up. I mean, if there's definitive problems, it's different. If there is issues, it's different. But to to try to make a huge deal out of somebody not liking the way that somebody rolled their eyes and felt like they were not treated fairly. The lady didn't say anything out of place, didn't do anything except this patron. Hey, Joshua, can you join me? Yeah, if you want to. If you want to jump in here, I got space. Let me see if I can let me see if I can get you on here. Make sure you got your camera good, Josh, and everything. Yeah, everybody likes Josh. Well, let me get Josh on here. Let me send you a link, Josh. Let me get down there. Let me get an invite here started. Making me work. All right, let me copy that to the clipboard. And it's going to take me a few seconds here, Josh. Let me see what I can do here. I'm going to have to get out to my email and send that. Y'all guys bear with me. Josh wants on, and I thought I'd put Josh on here. He was a good guest one other time, and we'll try to put him on here again. All right, let me compose that to Josh right quick. There it is, Joshua Brandenburg. All right. All right. All right, Joshua, that has been sent to you. You should get the link in however long it takes email to get up to Michigan, or is it Michigan, Minnesota? I forget which state you're in up there. But yeah, the link has been sent to you. Yeah, and that's the problem, Pat. I mean, you know, anybody can go look for trouble. And that's what this lady did. She was looking for trouble. She was looking to make a name, and she has been known. She's sort of been outed as she's been in Washington, D.C., trying to be in the marches, and she's trying to be down at Durham. And everywhere there's been a conflict, or anywhere she could make a conflict, she is trying to do that. But they arrested about 11, I think, that were protesting and trespassing and doing the wrong thing. I don't know. I don't know what'll happen going forward. We'll see and everything. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't like that. Now, see, there's Craig giving me some ice cream money to stay cool. You should keep it. That cute little girl you got there, Craig. Now that's who needs the ice cream way more than I do. I mean, I can probably. I mean, I like ice cream. I actually just had some at home for after supper, so I love ice cream. But that cute little girl there needs it way more than I do. So. That's who you need to save it for that little girl. But I do appreciate the offer and everything like that. And we'll try to have some other things out here that other people can we can be involved with. I've tried to give away a few items and everything from the store and a few things like that. Yeah, NASCAR's going on right now. I was listening to a little bit of a while ago. I don't know where Landon's team's at. I mean, y'all have seen Landon on here with me. He called me this morning as he was flying out. He and we try to check in with each other every day and make sure our trucks are running good and everything else. I got one of his trucks out here right now we're working on. So are you going to be there in a couple of minutes? Okay, well, we'll be waiting on you, Josh. You get everything lined up. We'll be waiting on you. We're still here. Yeah, I had the radio on. I was going to kind of keep the NASCAR in the background, but I got to thinking they demonetize you for anything that's not your. In other words, that's copyrighted. So even if they heard NASCAR in the background, they would demonetize me on things like that. So I don't make pesos anyway on it. So being demonetized, they'd take my 75 cents away from me, I guess. But uh, but it is what it is. Maybe one of these days I'll have a big channel and I might make $1 or two anyway. There's some people are doing real well with it. That's not my goal out here, but uh, my wife says with the investment I have with computers and cameras and recorders and lights and everything else that I've bought to go with my YouTube, she says, how long is it going to take you to even break even from your original investment? I said, I don't know. I'll probably have to get pretty rich out there to get it. But I'm doing it for fun. I'm not doing it. I'm really not doing it. I make money good. I make good money on my job with my trucks and my Napa store. So it's not a money making venture for me. Like a lot of people. A lot of people want that to be a life sustaining job, and they work it really, really hard. I'm not doing that. I do this more as an outlet for me and fun, and that's one reason I've had some say, "Well, do a toolbox tour and do this and that," and I do some occasionally, but I'm not one. I don't jump on tool trucks. I don't jump on other things like that. So that's 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 sort of my. I do things a little bit different probably than some of them do, and I don't want to. I don't want to take the fun out of what I'm doing on YouTube, and that's it in a nutshell, I guess. Because right now it's still relaxing and fun. I throw this together in just a few minutes, and try to put a good video out there. But I don't try to. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna set up camera angles here and camera angles there, and all kind of stuff that some people do. And some people have gone to a big length. I mean, they put on good shows, and it's probably I don't know about y'all guys, but I like my YouTube probably as good, if not better, than most of the shows that are out there on TV. I mean, gosh, these shows that they produced from Hollywood and everything else have been crappy, in my opinion. There's only one or two. I mean, all of last year, uh, my wife and I like to watch Young Sheldon, and that's about it for me. Hey, Renegade, how are you? Glad to see you jump in here also. I'm kind of just jumping in here on a Thursday night. I didn't even think what night it was. Jump in here on a Thursday night. It's been a little bit medical wise for me this week. I had a little issue. I had to I had a tooth removed. I had a root canal that. Okay, let's see if that's Josh. That is. It looks like Josh coming in here. We're going to add you to the stream here, young man. All right, put some light to you there. I can't hardly see you.
I
Where you
know,
at?
Mike. I'm trying to.
Turn on a light.
There we go.
There you are. There you're a little bit better. All right, now you can sit down. Yeah, now we can see you pretty good. You look like a a black bear in the wooded forest there a minute ago because we couldn't see anything. It's just so dark. All we can see is a little bit of eyes and a little figurine of you a little bit. Can you hear me all right? Can you hear me okay, Josh?
Absolutely.
Good. What have you been up to this week?
Let's see. Basically all I was doing was on oh gosh, what was it? On Monday I was doing a lot of nothing because I'm always bored every day and it's kind of hard to.
What do you got on your shirt? Blake? It says something Blake?
It's my well, we do a tradition at Civil Op all the time, and it's called Play 60.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I got my Blake Martinez shirt on me today.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah, so I had to wear it. And
there's not going to be much football around here. It looks like now. I don't know if the NFL is going to get going good, or the colleges, or the high schools definitely are hurting for playing time. My grandson is on the soccer team, and they haven't let them practice or anything yet. So summer practice is off on the soccer teams. So I don't know. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough out there. Now you don't you help manage a football team or the
I actually
basketball team?
manage a basketball team and a soccer team for, I think it was like 4 years. Yeah, 4 years, and then
Lean your camera back there. You're okay. We're seeing your shirt, not your camera. Not your face.
I was captain on my team for 4 years, and then I transferred to being the big leagues now because I'm a Jaguar now, and it's a lot different than other teams that I've been with. Well, first team I actually been with was Hip Hop because I went there 7 years. No, I don't even remember how many years it's been.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, it happens. Now, have you got a job this summer that you're working at, or are you just you just keeping the computer hopping? I know you're keeping the computer hopping. I get emails from you, and a lot of people do, and everybody else. So, what have you been doing with yourself this summer?
Oh man, I've been hanging out with some friends of mine, and well, quarantine's kind of killing me because I have nowhere else to go.
Well, it kills it for us adults too.
So, I'm always hanging out with friends if they.
My grandson's been hanging around with his friends online. He's been doing Xbox, and he's been doing Xbox, all kind of stuff like that.
Hey, if there's anyone else that want to join it, me and Mike, you're more than welcome to. Send Mike the email, and we'll get you on here.
Yeah, we'll get some more on here if they want to get in here with us. But now, have your parents got you doing any chores or anything around the house, or?
We actually are doing something really interesting right now. We are actually, it's crazy right now because we actually took the because it looks crazy.
Whoops, I lost you here. You unplugged yourself, Josh.
Here I am. Oh, I need my
No,
light.
you're not. You unplugged the light, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I got your voice. I got your voice, but not
yeah,
your.
I know it's kind of crazy in here, but here
turn
I am
your light
again.
back on there. There we go. We got a little bit of light.
So this is what we're happy right. This is like literally happy right now. So these are my doors that used to be here, but it's actually downstairs. And then
we're y'all doing some remodeling in your house.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. We do a lot of remodels in our house. Every year it's crazy because every year we try to do a lot of projects and stuff, and it's kind of crazy, and it's been wild, and it's been a crazy year for me.
Especially. Well, it's been a crazy year for everybody this year.
Everybody. Yes.
Everybody is everybody's hit craziness this year. I mean, the year of 2020 is going to go down in history as being one of the craziest years there ever has been.
I mean, the virus is so powerful; it can go anywhere like that in like a couple of seconds or so.
Well, I think there's a lot of controversy on the virus itself. There's a lot of testing that's being done, which runs the numbers up. But the problem is they're keeping it cumulative, like they're saying that all those people are still infected, and they're not putting out how many people have been cured of it or don't have it now. They're just saying here's the positive rate, and it really it's really making it. Well, you're going from light to dark. There we go. There we got you again.
Sorry, guys. I was just going to my room.
Going back
So
in your room, sit down. Sit down on something steady so you don't bounce so much there, Josh.
I'm sorry, but my legs are kind of crazy, and I like to shake them a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. You're good right there. Where are you sitting down?
Yep, I'm in the last spot that I was last time I was on here.
Yeah. That's you're looking fine there. You're looking fine there. Yeah.
So,
I was telling everybody I had to have a tooth actually extracted this week. I had a root canal. Yeah, I had a root canal that was done, and my dentist looked at it and he says that's a certain procedure. He said they quit doing that 40 years ago. I said, well, I probably had it done 41 years ago. I've already outlived the procedure, and they had to extract it. And then my choices are to get another tooth put in there, to get a crown, which I've had one of those, and you have to. They tear up two of your teeth to fix one. So I didn't like that. And then my third choice, I'm going to be like you as a teenager. They're going to put braces. I'm going to have braces done on my lower teeth because I've got one tooth that's sort of crooked anyway and goes behind another tooth. And the dentist says, well, the orthodontist, not orthopedist. The orthodontist can probably straighten all my. So I'm going to look like a teenager probably in a few weeks or months or whatever. I'll have braces on my lower teeth.
Well, it's kind of funny because my teeth were kind of crooked.
Yeah.
But here's the fact. I don't have braces, which is crazy because my brother has braces on both of his teeth.
Yeah. Well, braces, when I grew up, braces were not the normal like they are nowadays.
Right.
And braces for children today are kind of normal. My grandson has braces. I mean, he laughed at it when he thought about his pawpaw having braces at almost 70 years old. And but I'm gonna have that done, hopefully. And actually, I'm gonna straighten up here myself here. And actually, it's probably a little less expensive than that bridge. The bridge was going to cost about $4,800.
Holy shrimp!
Yeah, and well, the other one was to have have a new tooth made. And that was going to be almost $6,000 because they're going to do a bone graft and a lot of stuff that I didn't like the sound of. So I decided I think braces will be just fine. Just fix these other 5 or 6 teeth down here in the front and make them look better.
Yeah.
So I'll do that. I just hope we can get them off before I leave this world. That's the thing. I am almost 70 years old. I'm 69. I'll be 70 next year, and I may not get outlive my braces. That'd be the bad thing. I hate to have myself cremated with braces on. They'd probably melt right along with the rest of it, though.
Yeah.
But that's a crazy thing about stuff. Well, Josh, what else is going on in your life? I know you're on everybody's channel. I see you out there on a bunch. Everybody's getting to know you real good.
Today got the most shockingest news that I never wanted to hear from a friend of mine.
Oh, what was that?
Well, there was an aide that used to go to my school, and she had cancer.
Oh, she passed away from cancer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was shocking to me because I did not know that she died. She died. So she was my aide for like 2 years, and
she was a teacher's aide.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And she was a good one.
Yeah. Whoa. Well, that's a problem. I mean, it's tough out here when you're when you've got a little age on you, like myself or whatever. I mean, anybody. Of course, it can happen to anybody. I mean, we're hearing a lot more young people that are getting messed up with crack and different things, and to get addicted to drugs and all this fentanyl and stuff out like that gets around. It can be really bad out there. So we have a lot more issues out there today than we
Yeah.
had when I was young. Uh, when I was young, uh, the worst thing a kid could do was get drunk and get out there with beer and liquor. But now we got every conceivable.
Oh,
Now you're in a chair, are you? See if
I'm
you.
on my pillow.
Oh, you're on your pillow. Stay steady there, so you don't bounce around on the screen too much. But
Yeah, I've heard so much crap about um people starting getting drugs or anything like that. It's just not me, honestly. I mean,
well,
like,
don't ever let it be you. I mean, you need to uh, keep yourself straight on things like that. Don't 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 get involved with drugs. That's the worst thing. I preach that to my grandson all the time about, there's I got three rules, and I said, well, three or four. I said, don't drink and smoke, and I said, try not to curse that much, and I said, and no tattoos. That's one of my others. I said, any of those three will take you down the path the wrong way. I mean, I know there's a lot of people with tattoos, but that's my father had one when he came out of World War II, and he said that's the one thing he always regretted was a tattoo. He got
hmm,
one put on, and he just regretted it for the rest of his life. And he always preached to us boys never to get one, and I did out of respect of my dad. I know there's a lot of people that like them, and so be it. It's a preference that I don't like them, and I hope my grandson doesn't partake with it. But I mean, I won't be around forever to find out. Uh, I'll just lay down the my wants and don't wants, and either he'll listen to me or he won't listen to me. So we'll see. I don't know. Now you don't have any tattoos, do you, Josh?
no, um, well, no, I don't. Um,
Well, I don't want them because I'm scared of needles. So I'm not going to have needles hitting me and everything. So I don't I don't want to have needles and everything. So that's where that's kind of the way I look at it. Well, how's that now? Refresh me now. You're in Michigan, aren't you?
I'm actually in deep here, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. That's what it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. We were talking about the cheeseheads last time.
That was the
Yeah,
most funniest thing I ever heard from me. Any
yeah,
you.
yeah. Yeah. So how's the weather up there in Wisconsin? Is it warm up there? Pretty good too.
It has some ups and downs. It has its ups and downs. I mean,
Is it
next
hot? Is it hot there today?
it's quite actually it's normal
Normal.
to
Okay.
be honest.
Well,
It's not too cold, not too hot, but
so it's pretty nice then, is it? Well, right now, see, it's 96 degrees down here. Well, not now, but it was up to 96 degrees down here in North Carolina today,
oh,
and humid, very humid. Hey, Trucker's Life, glad to see you out here. Yeah, I'm trying to recognize. I'm trying to recognize our Trucker's Life.
how you doing, trucker life? How you doing?
Yeah,
Oh, and just to let everybody know that um I am quite young for being on the channel and stuff, and um
yeah.
one
You're
thing I
you're probably one of the younger ones on the channel with all the truckers and the tool
yeah.
guys and everything else. You're probably one of the younger ones. You're what, 19?
Mm-hmm.
19. You're wanting to be a mechanic or a mechanic helper or somebody said the other day you might be a tool truck helper.
Yeah, I'm planning on going to be doing a YouTube channel for like tool truck or mechanics career or something like that, and hopefully um that'll be something that hopefully once I get into college or whatever, that'll be a good idea. So then
Yeah. Are
other
you going to
people
go to
can
what
can
college are you looking at? Community college up there?
yeah. There's like two of them in Wisconsin, like, or I don't know how many colleges are up there of
Well, there's probably
mechanics,
some
but
good. You probably can go to a good tech school. Tech community college is tech related with mechanical things. I mean,
yeah.
so I've done that. I've taken over the years. I've taken welding at the community college. I've taken some small engine repair and everything, all that.
I'm hoping to get some small repair or like a truck or oh, I got a good idea. Maybe if I be a mechanic, I would be pulling on drain horns for trucks or something.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, a truck mechanic is a tough job. You have to have a lot of dexterity and a lot of strength with that. Uh, get to what you get to something that you think you're good at, and try to improve your status. And you want to be able to be self sufficient and everything. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because you're going to have throughout life, you're going to have some issues trying to deal with your disabilities and everything, and you need to get in there and educate yourself on what you feel like you're the best at, Josh.
Right.
And get yourself trained. Do something you want to do. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
You do that, and then uh, do something that you know that you can do well with your disabilities. And I think you'll do
Yeah.
well in life. I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to try to do something
Right.
that's not going to be physically able for you to do. Do something that you know that you can do and be a help to somebody. Do something that you know that uh, you can master. I know uh, my daughter has a little bit of a learning disability, but
Mm-hmm.
she was great with numbers, so she went into accounting, and
Hmm.
she's a great numbers person and keeps us straight. And she works in my business, and she she's really proficient with numbers and really good with keeping things squared up and everything. So you can. I mean, a lot of people with ADD, a lot of us out here have probably a touch of ADD, and different things like that. Um, when I went to school, they didn't even have them labeled like that. They would just they somebody like me, they say he talks too much in class, and you
I
know
have plenty of those in my life. Oh man.
yeah. Well, and you everybody is going to be a little bit different.
Right.
They have more labels on there. Heck, I mean they can't even decide how many sexes there are out there right now. I mean
uh,
I mean they'll think. Uh, I still think the way the good Lord says there's two, but there's lots out there that says there's hundreds of binary this and all kind of stuff. But I only believe there's two, and I'm gonna stick to that until I'm proved differently.
right.
And but we got to look in life, and like I said, take what you've got. And I think everybody out here has kind of adopted you, Josh. I mean, most of the guys on the tool channels, they like what they see. They like see your participation and everything. And uh, a lot of them have said they've seen you on my channel here, and I think they've enjoyed that too. And you know. Uh, they see what they see. Like, I guess we're the beauty and the beast here. I'm the old guy and you're the young guy.
Well, one of my
There's,
really.
there's Kevin saying hey to you.
Hey, Kevin. How you
Yeah.
doing, buddy?
Kevin's jumped in here. Kevin's a hardworking man. Where are you at today, Kevin? I know Kevin's. I guarantee he's probably He's probably not at home. He's probably on the road. If you had to guess right on Kevin, he stays on the road. Hardworking man. I told him he needs to come to either Savannah or Charlotte and come to work for me. I could use a hardworking truck driver like him because he keeps it going.
Well, I can't. If I were to be at a trucking business, I would probably have a partner to actually drive, so that we can go to the places together and like talk about stuff, and
Yeah.
that's one of my personalities is like
I might have to answer Jerry there. Jerry said he had to wear braces at 52 so he wouldn't lose my teeth. Well, that's about like me, Jerry. Like I said, I can even show it to you right now. I lost this one right here. Um, they had to pull it out. I asked the doc. I said, "Are you going to be able to save that tooth?" He said, "Yep," and hand it to you in a box. And so he said, "I'll save it for you and just hand it right to you." Yeah. So they took it out and showed me it. It was like I said, the root canal. The way the root canal was put in, uh, it that procedure had gone away, and it actually it broke the root canal material that they had in there broke, and he said he had never seen one separate like that, but it was trying to. He said the body was trying to resist that tooth and basically eating its own self up, so I had to have it extracted. So not fun, I can tell you, it was not fun. But and I don't know how my braces are going to work out too, but I'm gonna be one of the oldest guys out there with braces on probably. But we'll see how that works out. Let's see what Renegade was saying there. That's exactly right, Renegade. I mean, there's a lot of good guys out here that are in the cool community, and they'll try to keep you straight, Josh. You jump in here all the time, and you know, of course, if you're in the trucking business like me, you can't be involved with any kind of drugs. I mean,
absolutely. I'm not going to do anything that's
well, I mean, even with your condition, you could really mess yourself up too.
And that's why I have to have caffeine-free stuff every single day, like
really,
every single day.
Now, do you have to take much medication?
I used to because I had to take like meds and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
my brother is a lot worse because he got allergic to medication that did something to him, and it's it's still
Well,
is crazy. So
yeah. Well, I always try to err on the side of the least amount of medication that you can take, the better off you are if you don't have to. Fortunately, at my age, I mean, that when I go to the doctor, they ask me what my medication I'm on, and I take nothing. I don't take. My blood pressure is not high, and it's getting a little bit higher. I might have to watch it. My wife says I might start walking more, lose some weight. I got to lose some weight because I'm a little heavy, but I take no medication whatsoever, and all my doctors, every time they see that, they say, "Well, that's sort of amazing. A man almost 70 years old on zero medication." I mean, most of them are on, and even my brothers are on high blood medication and just a lot of different things. And
yeah,
I guess I just contributed. I try to live a clean life and diet. Have a good. My wife won't let me eat too much out of the normal that I shouldn't be eating. I don't indulge in too many bad habits, and that may lengthen my life there. I don't know. I hope it does. And and everybody wants to be. I'm at the age where people worry about their, getting Alzheimer's and everything else, and we
right.
got I don't want to be. I don't want to end up like Joe Biden in a few years, where you have to have everybody try to redirect you what you're doing, and that's the way it is. There's Jeff saying hey to you there.
Hey Jeff, how you doing? It's been a while since we've been talking to each other on the live chat. So
Yeah, yeah. And there's Renegade. Yep, Renegade said, "Work smarter, not harder," and that's a good motto for everybody out there. And
I had to give a shout out to Mike's Garage because he did a Snap-on tool truck video and he thought of me. So shout out to him for that. So
well, that's good. That's good. Yeah,
so
you could probably be a good helper for somebody on a Snap-on truck, couldn't you?
well,
And if you wanted to do something like that, I don't know.
it's one of my, I'm a really huge fan of that Snap-on tools um
Or
and
Mac
macro
tools.
tools,
Yeah.
Mac and all those tools, but mostly Snap-on. So hopefully that when I'm starting to get a career, I can be able to learn how to be a mechanic, and then probably
Yeah,
go inside a tool truck and sell some things.
I know it. You could help. Hey, Trucker Style Shawn. Uh, I had to say hey to everybody out there. Yeah, he said amen on the least. I hope he's talking about the drugs and everything too. Yeah, all of us truckers out there like Kevin and Trucker Style and there's a couple, uh, two or three more out there and that are
CP is one of my favorites, and don't let me forget about Heavy Wrench too. He's a really good
who's
heavy
that
dude.
now?
The Heavy Wrench, one of my
Oh, the heavy
favorites.
wrench. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
talked to him last night. He's up. He's actually fairly close to me right now. He's on vacation.
I
Uh,
was on his live chat a couple days ago.
yeah, yeah. He's up there in Virginia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wonder how he's doing up there.
You got two. Jeff takes two pink ones and one blue. Hey, lay off on that blue one now. uh,
So the one thing that really makes people, um, that one time I was on my live chat, this is this is glow in the dark stars when I
oh,
go
I
to
see
bed
that.
every night. Yeah, and
So you
Joy
light it
was
up
asking
and
me the last time I was on my live chat with you, if that was glow in the dark stars, which it actually is,
yeah.
but it's gonna
So,
be kind of really like hot, dark, so I can't really show anyone
yeah,
because it's
too.
like
Yeah, yeah.
too dark.
You'd have to get it too dark in the room, then you wouldn't be able to. It wouldn't illuminate you. It's more illumination for the ceiling than it is for you. So
Yeah, and I also have um uh um like the Earth.
oh, that's what I see
Mode.
that. That's a globe.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that's a light with a globe in it. Has it.
yeah,
So when you got everything lit up at night, it looks pretty cool in there, then, doesn't it?
yeah. I I always fall asleep because well, this was crazy last year, but I couldn't sleep for like 2 months.
Yeah.
I have nowhere. I don't know why I couldn't sleep for like 2 months, but it was crazy.
So they,
So
they so that's sort of a psychotic type thing for you, then, is it? So helps
yeah, pretty
you
much.
helps. That's sort of a night light psychotic thing. Kevin's in Houston, Texas tonight. Well,
Nice.
he's it's not going to be cool down in Houston. I guarantee it. It's probably 100 degrees out down there.
Well, one of my YouTubers is called Have you ever heard about a YouTuber called Do Perfect? They're from Texas.
Now, who is it now?
Do Perfect.
Do Perfect. I don't know if I've seen them out here.
I suggest you look them online on the YouTube channel. It's crazy what they do. They're basically in Texas, but I can't remember where though. But
Yeah,
yeah.
Pat. Yeah, I saved the tooth, but the tooth fairy didn't come, so I don't.
Hey Pat, how you doing? It's been a while since me and you have chatted over the last couple of times because I don't know where you've been, but it's great to see you again.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to um
Oh, Jerry said he wore the invincible braces.
oh nice.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to wait and see what the orthodontist tells me. He may tell me just let them fall out. I don't know.
Yikes.
He might say just be happy you got what you got and go on back. I don't know. We'll see. But
Yeah.
usually they like money, so they'll probably give me a nice price to get them done. And you know, maybe I'll get the long extended payment plan and I won't make it. I'll tell you come get them. But
That's not that's
yeah, I can.
mm,
Yeah, he might make me pay up front. He may not want to finance mine, thinking hey, this dude might not make it. Uh,
yeah. The one thing
but
that really makes me so happy is when people do nice things. I mean, I don't know why I haven't told you guys any of you guys, but sometimes when I go to like a concert or somewhere where I can like go to like car shows at whatever, sometimes I get really lucky, or sometimes I don't. It's just the way that you know if people want
Yeah.
to um be nice to you, you want to do the same back to you, especially respect. I mean,
Right. That's you. You only get respect when you show respect. That's
that
generally it. Yeah. Oh, good gracious. Shawn said he had a dislocated shoulder this week. Refused the painkillers after the doc reset it. Ooh, I bet that was tough.
I was
Mm-mm.
gonna say. I know a friend of mine that
Josh, Jeff wanted to know how to find. Have you got a channel out there yet?
um no, but I will have a channel some point or time. Um, I just don't know when yet because my brother has a YouTube channel, um, but I will definitely be
Well,
sure
you'll
to
put it
do
out
it.
here when you get it.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Well, for
I'll
right now, you can jump on here and see other guys, and that's why I'm glad to bring you on here and everything. And we, uh, you know, yeah, it's over 100. Woo, Kevin,
yikes,
yeah, Kevin
that's
says
really high.
he's 60 and zero meds. So okay, that's good. That's the way I'm at, Kevin, and yeah, but he says it's over 100 degrees out there in Houston right now.
Yikes!
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of warm.
I don't want to be out there. Well, here's the reason why I don't want to be out there so much is because of my health and condition. Um,
Yeah,
my grandpa can't do it either because his he had open heart surgery too, like me, and um, yeah, it's quite serious, dangerous what me and my grandpa have to go through and stuff like that. It's just we can't really go too much like outside, or some always will have like really hard time breathing or something, and so yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that's like I was saying. Yeah, I'm 69, Jerry, and I'm on no meds too. Uh, yeah, that's and it always surprises the doctors when I mean the doctors and nurses they'll send you out the things to fill out they'll say what medications are you on? I said nothing. Uh,
well, well,
and I'm glad of it.
yeah, and there's one time where um my I don't know what I was feeling that day at because I'm usually at school sometimes during the year, um all season long, all year long, because I'm at my school has a duplex like right next to a school, so like
Right,
every single week we go, everybody like in high school goes there for a week or something,
right.
um and
Now,
there's one.
are you designated to the special ed type situation with the with
Yeah,
your disabilities? Yeah,
yeah, and there's one day where um it was scary because I had a really weird heartbeat. And I'm
right.
like, should I call my parent, my mom? I should probably call um my parents and that. And we went. Sure enough, we had to go to the emergency room for
Yeah.
um it because I don't know what my heart was feeling.
Well,
And then
are you epileptic in any way?
no, um I just
I
have a really bad heartbeat problem, and
Right.
it's been going on all my life. And
So you have some seizures every once in a while, then do you?
no, I don't
Or
have
you don't have
seizures, but
seizures?
no, which is good because I know people have seizures all the time,
Right.
and that
I had a young man that worked for me one time when I had the radio station, and we were just standing there talking, and all of a sudden he collapsed and went into a seizure, scared the crap out of me, and I wasn't too, we had to call out the medics and his parents and everything else, and he was about like you. He was about 19 or 20 years old,
wow,
and then I think it was an epileptic seizure. I mean, he really wasn't normally that bad or whatever, and that's the first time he'd ever had anything like that around me. But it's scary. You never know on that. We all have to, especially this day and time. We have to worry about our health and everything, and that's why I'm socially distancing with you right now.
I know. Well, here's the really.
And I don't have to have a mask on up here in front of my computer, unless I get a computer virus, I guess.
Well, it was crazy on that night that I went to the emergency room. My doctor prescribed a pill that would literally paralyze my heart, and that could have been a lot worse because then I would have to go. Because my other doctor that I go to is in Milwaukee,
Yeah.
and that would and thank God my mom said no to that pain like medicine because otherwise it would paralyze my heart, and I would have been going straight to Milwaukee, and that could have been a lot worse than that. So
Well, yeah, you gotta be careful with that.
yeah,
You got to be careful with that. But just take what you have, Josh, and like I said, make the best of it. I mean, we all have to be we're all geared differently out here. I mean, there's
right.
none of us are in perfect shape. None of us are. I'm trying to get things down here. See if I missed. I'm going back through here and checking some of these, make sure. All right, North Carolina trucker, I didn't even see him on here. Hey, NC trucker, I hope you're still on here. I didn't recognize you a while ago. Josh is out. Of course, we got Josh. Now, Josh, that last name, Brandenburg, is that how I pronounce it?
Yes.
It's Joshua Brandenburg. Most people know him out here as Joshua Brandenburg. And we, he in the tool community, the shop community, trucking, and whatever we're in here, all the guys, they all know him pretty good. He's out there.
Yeah, I'm always prepared to do anything I can for and there's one reason why I'm so
yeah, you're popular. You're jumping on the channels and everybody liking you and everything. Yeah, truck. I'm gonna throw this up here. My Napa store is located in Cherryville, North Carolina. That's where I live.
That's a really, really awesome name for a name in North Carolina.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
Cherryville, North Carolina. It's a great big town. It's we got about I think they said the last census was 5,280 people.
My gosh.
So we got that's a mile. That's a person per mile, or per foot per mile. So we got a mile's worth of people.
Yeah. How speaking of which, how is everyone doing on the other side of the chat? Even though I'm always trying to willing to be in other people's channels. I'm always trying to see if there's any new channels that people can send to me. Like Joey sent me fucking Bully Ray's channel. So yeah, I'm always willing to get some YouTube channels on my videos so I can look
so
at
you
them
can
and
improve what you're doing. Yeah, there's a lot of them. Yeah, you're on CB's. See, you're on CB's channel, aren't you? I saw you on that the other day. And then
yeah,
Russ Belt. Are you on Russ Belt's channel?
Yeah, but he doesn't really do much live streams though, as other people.
Well, a lot of guys don't. A lot of guys do their own thing. I like doing it. I guess that's because I'm old. Yeah, there's NC Trucker. He said he's here. Okay, good. Yeah, it's easy in some ways to do this. Some people are not as comfortable doing a live stream because they. I guess I've learned that with the gift of gab that I have, it's not hard for me to do a live stream, and so I can get out there and usually keep the conversation going.
Right.
Some people don't like to do that. They like to just be to the point, put stuff out there, and then talk about it and then get off the air, or go
Right.
back and talk after the fact. I guess I'm too lazy on this part that I need to. I get it's easy for me to do this, and I've always been easy to chat and everything, even around strangers, and I try not. I've learned to like all our community we have. We have a pretty good community of people, and
Yeah.
and we don't have to block people, or every once in a while you'll get a dirt bag on there or something, but not too often.
Yeah. I'm the Here's what's really cool about me. My personality does not even cut to the chase that I always am not afraid of cameras.
Yeah, well, that's
I mean,
good.
I'm never afraid of cameras.
Well, that's good.
Oh,
Now there's
if
Jeff.
they're
Jeff saying he went to Army Basic at Fort Jackson. Fort Jackson's only about 95 miles away from me up here in Cherryville. It's in Columbia. I go every time we go to Savannah. We go right by Fort Jackson, and that's a hot place to be in the summertime, isn't it, Jeff? I know
oh man.
if you took basic training. See, that's Columbia, South Carolina. I don't know what it is about it, but they show the weather in North and South Carolina. And generally speaking, Columbia, South Carolina is the hot spot of the two Carolinas. It doesn't matter what
Huh.
day of the year it is. I mean, if it was
Hmm.
96 here today, it was probably 98 or 100 in Columbia, South Carolina. And for some
Wow.
reason or another, it is a hot place to be. And Fort Jackson is not a pleasant place.
I've always wanted to um I've always wanted to go to places that I would love to go, especially in Iowa or Pennsylvania or somewhere.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. And um
Kevin
that'd
Kevin
be
said Kevin said he wanted a separate political channel. Are you going to start you a political channel, Kevin? I know there's a lot of them out that are doing that. A lot of people are fed up with what we're being spoon fed in
right.
politics, and a lot of people are coming up with their own channel, and they're putting out what their beliefs are as opposed to what the narrative of where everybody puts you. And that's what I've run up against too. A lot of people try to pigeonhole me into a certain location, and I had to set them straight. And that's not the way I feel. And I think most people on these channels like this are good, patriotic, good, hardworking people. You don't find hardworking people trying to create political problems, but we've got a lot of the Antifas and everything else that are out there right now are people that are being paid to do bad things to stir up the political climate right now, which I don't particularly like. We had
Yeah.
something. Uh, yep.
They don't
Kevin.
know.
Yep. Exactly, Kevin. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. I just read it too, and it's
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
There are. And see, that's like I like to tell people, and a lot of people they look at me and they go, "Well, you're just an uh, old Republican." Well, actually, I'm not. I'm actually a registered Democrat that votes with his brain. And
Right. I'm the
uh,
guy. I'm always the person that if anyone like does certain things like that will drive me nuts, like I am not gonna like if people try to say mean things to me, I'm not gonna say anything bad because that's not what people
well,
do.
we have
Yeah.
to. We've got all these crazy defunders out there right now. People that want to defund the police, and all we're going to do is have a a crazy society if we ever had
Right.
something like that. I mean, we can't defund the police when the police are the only ones that can stand down any criminal element out there. I mean, we've got so much unrest in there, and it's been stirred up, like Kevin was saying, with the ultra liberals and the ultra left, and And we need to have a centrist type situation. We need people in the middle that's got good common sense.
Right.
And that's what we don't have right now. We got so many people. Anytime you go too far right, too far left,
It just goes
it
absolutely negative. Like it goes
Yeah.
absolutely nowhere but bad stuff. So I hope
Yeah.
I don't. I made plenty of mistakes in my life, and it's not because like it's not because I'm trying to be like I'm always loud in school, and it's like I can't help. Sometimes I don't even understand
Well,
why I'm loud, but it's
that's
like
NC Trucker. Now he's got starter on one and I shift stuck in D. Truck won't start if it's not in neutral.
uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. And what? Yeah. Well, see, I'm the same way, Jerry. I get called that too because I'm conservative in my thought. I'm conservative in my in the way I'm a centrist. I don't try to go right, left, either way. And the reason I'm a registered Democrat is because 50 years ago, when I first registered, there was very little Republicans in the state of North Carolina, and we primarily had to. I mean, the guy that's doing the registration, and he told me, he said, "Well, Mike," he said, "you can register what you want to register." He said, "But if you register independent, there's no primaries at all. You register Republican, it's sparingly at that time, and it didn't matter to me at the time. My ideology, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party were not so fringe apart at that point in my life. So
Right.
I registered that way and stayed that way. And then I tell people I didn't leave the party. I haven't left the party. The party has left me.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it is a crying shame that, and I vote. I have voted across the board, back and forth for 50 years. Uh, I voted for Slick Willie when Bill Clinton, and I voted for Jimmy Carter. But then I turned around and I voted for Ronald Reagan, and I voted for. So I can go way on back. I voted all the way back and with Mondale and who was Mondale? That was Mondale and gosh, who I can't remember. That was Reagan and Mondale, wasn't it? I had to think.
Huh.
Uh-oh.
That's crazy.
Well, it's
Yeah.
North Carolina truckers. They even tried to hit on
Oh
it.
my
Okay.
goodness.
All right. Have y'all? Okay. I'm just trying to. I'm looking at North Carolina trucker there. Okay. Now, which transmission do you have, NC Trucker? Did you vote for Reagan, Kevin? I don't know. I see you just put Reagan up there, but was that the first president you got a chance to vote? So Kevin's he's 60, so I'm 9 years ahead of him on the political part. But yeah,
I hate to bring it to you, Kevin and Mike, but sometimes people when I tell them my age, some people get saying that I'm really old.
Yeah.
But I'm actually really young.
Yeah. Yeah. Kevin, now, I don't know if you said North Carolina trucker stuck somewhere. He's got a Volvo I shift and he can't get it in neutral. I haven't driven in a Volvo I shift. I had a KW that had that I shift sort of, and it was terrible. I mean, I got rid of it. I actually took the automatic transmission out of it and put a manual in it before I sold it. But I'm not real familiar with it. Now, we used to have to just cut them off to see if they'd reset and see if that solenoid would switch over in there, and then play with the buttons. And I know you're probably doing that right now, NC Trucker. But yeah, cut it. I'd cut it off and see if it would totally reset, and then cut it back on and give it 60 seconds. And you could probably, if you had to, actually disconnect one of the battery posts to see if it completely recycles down, because sometimes those shifters like that, they have enough voltage to them that they're stuck in between gears. So, and that's my opinion. I'm take it
I
for
was
what it
gonna
is.
say, yeah. Um,
But yeah. Now, see, that's what Christensen said too. Mike said unhooked battery. That's what it's got. He said it about the same time I did there. Uh,
is JC Smith gonna be doing any large um uh stuff again? The last time I got a video from him was he was doing a big project with like a Zulu or something, like a really interesting kind of truck brand, and it's like a Zuli or something. I can't remember what it was, but he was trying to do a big job on it, and hopefully he has not. Hopefully he is gonna be doing something more interesting or more bigger things, because it's
well,
gonna be
I
taking a
know
long
I know
time, you know.
Phil does a lot of big stuff out of.
I was gonna say he does like a lot of machinery, like
Oh
you
yeah, he
won't
does
believe
big
it.
pan.
Like
He does big bulldozers and pans and all.
it's
I mean
crazy what Phil does. I mean, it just crazy. Like I don't know how in the heck they have. I don't know how am I gonna be able to do like him, but
well,
hopefully, you
it,
know.
it's. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this, Josh. That's years ago when I first. Uh, I worked at a Ford dealership when I was young, and
Right.
they sent me to school to be a parts guy, and
Oh, hmm.
then at that time we were on what they call microfiche. We didn't have computers back then. This
Microfish. I didn't even never heard that before.
Yeah, well, the old guys in here will know what I'm talking about. In other words, microfiche was it was a negative film that you'd put up under a reader uh, like a I don't know how you explain it. Well, anyway, and it would throw a screen up, and you'd have this film, different film things that you look, and you look like you're looking in a book. But we used to have to look up stuff with that microfiche.
Ah.
It was way slower. I mean, right now we do it with the computers and we can see everything we got on our computers. But back in the day, it was microfiche. And but when I was at this school, uh, uh, when I was at this school, they brought us out one of those big books, and it was huge. And the guy instructor looked at me. He said, "Mike," he said, "I know what you're thinking right now about how big that book is." He said, "But you look at this big book and all these instructions, and he said, I'm gonna tell you this, it's like eating an elephant. He said, you know how to eat an elephant?
Yeah.
One small bite at a time. So other words,
Yeah.
you can't cram all that knowledge overnight. And that's always been a good thing that I've kept in my mind all my life is the fact that, you know, you you can't do that. You got to take it in small pieces and everything. So
Right.
it is what it is. Yeah, somebody's.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me see. Cap. He said he was at. Okay, and there's shoestring in here. Yeah, shoestrings. He knows what microfiche is. And Mike, yeah, a lot of people do. That's the older guys are jumping here. They know what that is. It's not used anymore. But yeah, I actually have an old microfiche machine at my dealership, but nobody uses it. Yeah, they're trying to help you out here.
I
Yeah, he was saying it's on the shifter there, NC Trucker. So yeah, and then you
I'm
may
sorry, but like I was not even born when the that name that you're talking about. I was not even born when that happened with technology. Oh, and by the way, here's something funny. My aide used to be is still at my school, and every time it doesn't load up, he says, "I hate technology." He
hmm,
does it all the time. He says, "I hate technology." And it's kind of funny, but he says it a lot, and it's kind of funny. But after all, he likes technology. But he when he gets out, kind of funny. He's like, "I hate technology." It's like so funny.
yeah. Well, let's see if we can help out North Carolina Trucker here. Yeah, he was saying its shifter would move, but it stayed in D on the dash, stayed neutral, not select. NC Trucker. Now, what I was saying a while ago, and I think I would disconnect the battery from the battery box, your main power off of that, and let it recycle
That's
for
smart. That's smart.
let it recycle for a minute or two, because and you've got to let it recycle because the ECM is going to control some of this stuff, and there's also a sort of like an ECM for that shifter too,
Right.
and so that stuff's going to have to recycle. So I would disconnect the battery and let it set for 4 or 5 minutes, and see if that those solenoids will loosen up. I mean, because it's solenoid
Right.
driven, and so see if they would, the solenoids would, or the contacts, either like a contact switch, a solenoid, or something that's
Right.
locked in. And if you take the power off of it for a little bit, it might it might go back into neutral or let you go back. But I would definitely try to do that if it were me.
Yeah. I
But if
mean, it's crazy what this life is all about because um, been trying to do a lot of things and it's just not the same anymore because um, last year I was working at my workplace that I worked for a year, and then this year would have been my 2 year anniversary at Goodwill and Green Bay and Ashwaubenon, and
you
um,
were at Cabela's, did you say?
yeah, it's crazy how many um, and when I was back in school, they um offered me and my teacher go um do be on the on TV. So I'm like, well, heck yeah, I'm always prepared to be on TV and stuff. But I just it's hard for me to figure out what kind of clothes should I wear. And
Yeah.
like I mean,
Well,
it,
now NC Trucker's being towed right now. Uh,
oh,
NC Trucker, where are you at right now? Are you in North Carolina right now? Or are you out further out? I know that's good. Now, NC Trucker, do you own your own truck? Or are you leased on to somebody or driving for somebody? I never have found out.
that reminds me of um um what was it? Justin Struggle Trucking because he only has Peterbilts and he hates all other kinds of he hates all the brands that he doesn't even have. And the other thing the only truck brand that he owns is a Peterbilt. Like every single one of them is a Peterbilt. It's like, oh man, that's quite a difference between a Volvo, a Sterling, like any type of truck. It's like one single brand. I'm like, well, you have a
Well,
business and if you have a certain truck that you like, go ahead. I'm always like, go ahead. I don't really care what type of truck you get. You
yeah.
just have to, do the right
Have
thing
to
for
deal
your
with.
own crew
Now,
and stuff.
NC Trucker, where are you at right now? He says he owns 4 trucks. Yeah. Now,
I
where are you at right now at the moment? Are you in North Carolina, or are you out further out?
would love to visit
Hold on a
North
second.
Carolina.
Wait a minute, hold on a second. I'm gonna lose my battery's going low. I thought it was turned on here. I gotta
Oh,
turn my power on.
what?
I mean, I thought I had my power turned on, and I didn't. Let
Huh.
me. I hope that fan's not too loud. Can y'all hear that fan I kicked in? Can you
I
hear that,
can't.
Josh? I turned on I I didn't. I had my power supply plugged in, and I didn't realize that it wasn't on. I thought I had it plugged on, but Jim has it wired to a switch there. But this fan that I turned on right now, is that too loud for y'all? Can
It's
everybody?
good by me.
Oh, you got towed from Statesville. Okay. Uh, you can't even hear the fan.
Can anybody hear me? I know that Mike, you no, can hear me pretty good. So
Yeah, I can hear you fine. I was just wondering if they were here. I turned on a fan. I can turn it off if I have to. Oh, so you got towed from Statesville. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. See, that fan's not bothering anybody. Okay. Well, that's good because I had to have power. I thought I didn't do that the other day. I brought my laptop up here the other day and I was just talking right along and then boom, I didn't realize I'd run out of power. I was about to do it again there because I brought the power supply with me, but it
Hey, Jeff, thanks for telling me that you can hear me. So I don't know if anyone can hear me from wherever they're at, but
yeah.
I'm sure they'll
Okay, so Jeff says he doesn't hear the fan. Do you hear it? You hear it now, Jeff? Let me cut it off then. Let me cut it off.
He
Now,
said he don't hear the fan now at all.
and now he said now though on that one. So I cut it off. I got it off. They can turn it on in the morning. They won't need it till tomorrow morning anyway.
So yeah, if oh, I forgot to mention that that man, I can't remember. Probably about a couple of weeks ago, I got a call from one of my good brothers, Nick Pixel TV,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, he did a surprise that I never would expect from anyone, and um, and it's for Special Olympics. So me and him are gonna be doing a live stream, hopefully when he doesn't have anything going on, which I completely understand that if he has a lot of things to do or anything that else, that I'm good with that because I like to be patient and waiting for things, and it's kind of hard for me to understand, like, well, you gotta be patient and other things too, and you know other things,
Well,
but
like I said, you you're doing really good with the adversities that you have, and that's what it's all about. I mean, like I was saying earlier, we all have situations that um, we have to deal with, and we all have. No, nobody's going to have a bed of roses. I don't care how much money they have. I don't care how many friends they have, or whatever.
yeah,
And but I do value friendship. I try to. Friends are like money to you. I can tell you that. And I have a lot of valuable friends that I have made in my 69 years, and I feel good about keeping friends and trying to be friendly with people that work for me.
well,
And
I'm proud of that. I'm your um that I'm your one of your subscribers, and I'm happy to if there's anything else that
well,
people.
I think you're a bit of sunshine to a lot of people out there. A lot of people see, like I said, you have some adversities, and people may get out here and be down on the dumps, and they see how you're dealing with life. They see what you're doing, and
Amen.
how bright you are, and how happy you are, and that ought to be a bit of sunshine for the other people too, because you know everybody has to deal. I mean, I'm dealing with getting older. I know my days are. I got a lot more behind me than I have in front of me, and sometimes as you get older, you think about those things. But I enjoy my life as it is at this point. I mean, I'm glad to be a grandfather. I'm glad to be a father. I'm glad that well, some people say, well, why don't you retire? I really don't want to retire because I'm doing what I want to do. And as long as you're doing what you want to do, why do you retire away from it? I try to enhance it. And that's one thing I like about YouTube is that I feel like I've enhanced my life, and I'm able to add another dimension to my life by being able to get out here and chat with people and see what they're all about. and give some of my life experiences if people want to see it. I don't, I've tried to be very forthcoming on everything that I do, and I hope people like it. If they don't like it, they don't have to subscribe. And I hope they do like subscribing. I hope that people do like. I try to give honesty out here. I don't try to paint a picture of somebody that I'm not. Uh, I've been fairly successful at some things. I've had some failures in my life too, just like everybody else. And you try to work around these adversities, and you try to stay as focused as you can, so you can you know do good in life. And that's what I try to do. I try to like I said, I get out here and try to have fun with it. Jared, yeah, yeah. Well, I fortunately I had them when I was poor too, but I've got a lot of them that's still with me from my poor days, and I'm I guess I learned from my dad, and I look over here. I have a picture of my dad right over here on the wall, and it makes me feel good to look up because I look at him and I go, "Oh, good gracious, I look like my dad there." I could probably pull that picture down and show it to you on the air, and
Huh? No.
oh, your mother, she's wanting you to get back. You better hop off of here, Josh.
What? Like what? Oh. Oh, shoot. I forgot about that.
Don't
Well,
get don't make a mistake there. You go do what you need to do. We'll catch you out here another night. I'm gonna sign you off so you don't get in trouble.
yep.
I'll see you later, Josh. See ya. Yeah. Yeah. He evidently had something that his mother wanted him to do. Yeah. Oh me. Well, that happens sometimes, Renegade. I mean, uh, I try not to. Well, I know the ones like you're talking about, and I have a lot of good friends, and I feel very fortunate that I have some good friends, and so I'm proud to hang on to the ones that I do have, and the newer ones that I get that I'm always. I mean, I like getting new friends. YouTube these YouTube channels are very very good for that, and okay, North Carolina trucker, he's in good shape now, I guess. Okay, but I'm trying to make sure I'm getting all my chats in here. But it is what it is with that. I and like I said, I enjoy uh, the people that jump on the channel, and they don't do nothing but come on here and chat a little bit once in a while, or whatever. And some come, some go. And I'm happy to talk with anybody and everybody that jumps on here. We've got them chatting with me from. I guess I'm too late at night for Patrick out of Austria. He's probably in bed by now because they'll see it's almost 10 o'clock here. So yeah, so it's about 5 in the morning over there, I would imagine. So he's 6 hours difference from us. So he's a little bit different. But we try to have fun with the ones that we have on here. Try to and have a good intelligent conversation, and hopefully we come off that way. I hope I come off, and the different guests I have on here. Yeah, Josh had to run on. I guess y'all might have heard his mother came in the room, so I didn't want him to get in trouble. Well, I hope I give knowledge, and the other people out here too that are chatting. But I hope my part of it is knowledgeable. and I hope my part of it comes off good. That we do know a lot of things of the trucking industry, the tools and everything else that all of us guys are involved with. So it is what it is. I don't try to be a know-it-all, because I definitely don't. I don't try to be a braggart about I got this and I got that, because I'm doing okay. I'm doing fairly good for my age, for size trucking business I have. I'm not eating pinto beans unless I want to. So I try to be knowledgeable without being braggish, and because if I tried to brag about every single thing, and sometimes I think some of the things we have, even if you're showing somebody, trying to show them some things, it gets a little bit embarrassing sometimes, because some people will perceive that as being braggish, and I try not to be that way. I hope I'm not coming off that way on the channel. I mean, it's work. I mean, we actually work pretty hard on our channel to to ensure the fact that we're giving an honest opinion of what we're doing, and everything. I want to make sure that when I'm talking to everybody, that they can ask me a question and I can give a knowledgeable answer of what I'm doing and how things are going, and I enjoy doing that. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, NC Trucker. I hope I'd come off like that. I'm just no good old Southern boy. I'm not pretending to. I don't put on airs, as my grandmother used to say. If we were getting bigger than in our own britches, there she'd say, she said, "You're putting on airs," and so I try not to do that. I try not to come off as, like I said, somebody that's got a whole bunch of stuff. Well, thank you, Renegade. I appreciate that. Like I said, I hope that what I talk about is interesting. I try to be topical without being too, I don't want to get too right, left political, although I think a lot of people are, realize where we're at nowadays, that we're sort of middle of the road. We need to be middle of the road sensible. And I hope the world straightens up and gets sensible, and we don't hear all this crap that's out there. I mean, I would hate to be in the president's shoes with all the crap that he has to take from all these fringe elements and everything. I've never seen a president in all my life that's been beaten up as bad as the one we got now. He gets in there and fights. He fights better than I could at that point. I think I would have given up. I think I would have been more than frustrated from everything he's had to endure. And, but he wanted to prove his point. That's where, if you like him, you hate him, or whatever, you got to admire the man that can sit there toe to toe. And he's been backed up against the wall more times than any president in the past 50 or 60 years that I know of, and he's come out fighting and he's winning. And you got to admire a man that can do that. All right, Shoestring, I'm glad you made your 10-hour break there. Yeah, Reagan was treated bad, but not as bad as Trump. Reagan got beat up a little bit, but Reagan and Trump in some ways are a little bit alike too. I mean, they both were fighters, and Reagan was a little more diplomatic, and I think that's what hurts Trump the worst, is the fact that he's not diplomatic like some people. But being a diplomat among these wolves out there is, I don't see how they take it. I mean, you've got a unstoppable. It's unstoppable what they're coming at him every day with all these news briefings. Now, I will have to say one thing. I love the little girl, the Kelly McAnally, that he's got as the press secretary. That girl is a pit bull, a blonde pit bull there. She can give it out better than anybody that I've ever seen. I mean, I like Sarah Sanders a little bit, but Sarah Sanders, I think it got to her a little bit. Now that doofus they had there at the very beginning, man, he wasn't good at all. But I wish they had this press secretary from day one, because she's a spitfire. Yeah, and talking about standing tall, he's about like a Buford Pusser, you might say. The sheriff in Tennessee that was like that, and they came at him and about tried to kill him 2 or 3 times, and he in real life, and he came out swinging and straightened people out, and I guess that's what he's a little bit like Buford Pusser, and that old enough to remember wasn't it Standing Tall? I believe that was the name of the movie. And Walking Tall, that was it. Walking Tall. I couldn't remember exactly. Walking Tall. I remember going to the movie theater with my dad. My dad took us boys, and we all went and watched it at the movie theater. And I really enjoyed watching that with him. And it was something. It was something. And yeah, and that's what they needed. Yeah, and that's the problem. I mean, Trump doesn't have a filter, and I think that does hurt him in some avenues, but in some avenues it brightens it up for him too. So I guess we have to take the good and the bad with that. It's just there's a lot of people out there right now that are trying to pigeonhole. Uh, Other words, like Kevin was kind of relating to a while ago, there's a lot of people, and I have a lot of friends that are black people and that are not Democrat, or they're not. They're voting for Trump, or they're voting for conservative, and that you get to thinking about it when you see all these the hardcore black mother or grandmother that goes to church and keeps their young boys and girls in place. They believe in a God fearing uh, community where there's regulations, and the police keep things straight, and the people keep the people off the streets and out of the drugs. And there's a lot more of those out there than I think that they give them credit for. And they those are the ones I'd like to see coming to the forefront, as opposed to the ones that are out there wagging their tail and giving a bad name to a lot of the people that I know and love and care about. Well, I tell you, the Democratic Party has left a lot of people. It has gone to the extreme, and that's like I tell people, I'm a registered Democrat, and it's lost me. It's lost me. Uh, it it they have alienated their own party. They have alienated people that are common sense, and they want's the extremes out there right now. They want the progressive left extremes, and most of America, I don't believe, is that way. I honestly believe that most of them are not. Now, some people are being shamed into thinking they can't think the other way, that you're a racist if you do it. I've been called racist. I've been called uh, trumpeter. I've been called all kind of names out there when I've been on, Facebook and chatting with people and different things. And I just let them stew at it. And they say, "Hey, you're just an old Republican." And I said, "Well, actually, I'm not." And they said, "What do you mean you're a Democrat?" And I said, "Well, I'm a Democrat with a brain. I vote how I want to vote. I don't vote because you tell me that I have to vote for this person. I vote with a brain." And you know, and I'm as down on the Democrats right now as anybody, because of how bad they are running the country. I mean, Nancy Pelosi and Jeff Schumer out there are right now are trying to ruin the country. And unfortunately, we got Sleepy Joe out there, like they call him, that just I don't know what's going to happen if people put him in charge. The man has to read from a teleprompter right now, and then he still doesn't even get that straight. If he gets out there and they actually, I mean, they're coaching him right now. I mean, most people realize that he's being coached tremendously, and you know he's not going to. I don't see how he can win over the public. He's got them snowballed right now. I mean, there's a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, I've got to do this and got to do that," and I'm really scared for the country if that side gets back in. I really am, and we've got to, and we got to vote locally like that too. We've got some tight battles in North Carolina and South Carolina. Lindsey Graham's got a tight battle, and then so does Tom Tillis in North Carolina. That's two senators I don't want to lose. Yeah, that's right, Kevin. You ain't black. Kevin, you are as white as me. You knew that, didn't you? Because Joe Biden said that. Joe Biden said that you evidently are as white as me. And but that's just a crying shame. And then he turns around and calls somebody a racist, even though he declares things like that. And he was on the air yesterday, I think it was, talking about that Trump is a racist president, and that's all they've got is name calling at this point. And Trump has given more to black colleges. He was down in Charlotte last year, I believe it was, and of course some of them still don't like him, even though he's opened up more avenues for the black community, black college universities and colleges, and then also he has actually paroled and got a lot of these people that were illegally sentenced out of prison. There's a black lady that I saw him on the air with, and she loves Trump because he got her out of prison. She was wrongly accused of something and had to serve a number of years, and there've been a couple other cases like that. And yeah. I guess you're going to have to be Caucasian, you know, Kevin. We're going to call you Caucasian Lamarr, and or as you know, all these other names we get called, and everything else. But yeah, I know a lot of you guys know my head mechanic that's in charge of my shop is a black man that's been one of my best friends for 30 years, and he's very knowledgeable. And you know, we talk a lot of stuff, and of course he hates politics. He hates to see what all it's doing and everything. And he says, yeah, he's been called Uncle Tom, and you know, there's certain people that are racist back to him, and they just that way. And then, you know, everybody and his brother right now they're trying to dig up dirt. And the one thing that I noticed they try to do, they try to find somebody that says you use the N word. Well, I would venture to say that anytime that I don't use the word. I don't like the word. I don't use the word. And the thing that bothers me so badly is the fact that so many young black people use the word, and they use it so callously. And I'm thinking, you hate it when a white person uses that, but you use it like it's a second language to you. And is that not that's a crazy situation? How you can condone it within your own race, and you can condone things like that, and then you turn around, and then if a white person were to even mention it in passing, you would ostracize him like he was the worst person in the world, and you've used it so loosely and your own vernacular and everything, your own society, that it makes you think it's good for you, but it's terrible. I mean, you make it sound like it's the worst thing since sliced. Well, not since sliced bread. That's a good thing. But the worst thing that could have ever been done, and it is. I mean, I saw some recent videos, and I was listening to the black youth hailing other black people out there and using the N word, and you'd hear it live on TV, and you're going, how do they justify that? If the word is so bad, how do you justify it using it so loosely within your own society? And I don't understand it, and it baffles me. Uh, you know, yeah, okay. And they let out a transsexual from prison convicted of trade. Oh yeah, well I know exactly. Was it Obama to let? I know Bill Clinton let that one out right now. That's in charge of Black Lives Matter. That's a Marxist. I know that. But Obama, yeah, there's some strange things there. I tell you, it's. Uh, I don't know. I don't know how we're going to justify everything that's going on right now because. Uh, Oh, hey, Joey, I'm glad to see you jump in here. I, I figured you would have been in here a couple hours ago. But, it's hard justifying all the troubles we got out there right now. It baffles me. I mean, uh, we got the idiot running New York City. I mean, everybody and his brother, even the governor, he hadn't crossed him as much, but I think Cuomo hates de Blasio. Uh, he's ruining New York City. I mean, just ruining it. And then all these people say, oh, no, we don't need Trump's help. We don't need the federal people. We're going to let them burn down our cities. Oh, yeah, Bradley Manning. Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah, that was a treason. Yeah, that transsexual. Yeah, that one. Yeah, she was. Yeah, for treason. I know you. Chelsea Manning's what she goes by now, but it was Bradley Manning. Yeah, Chelsea Manning. Yeah, that's crazy there. I mean, just the fact that person, whether it be man or woman or whatever, was in there for treason, and they let that person out for what they did is ridiculous. Should still be in there because of being within treason and everything, selling information to the foreign governors. I mean governments and everything. I mean that's crazy, 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 crazy. Yeah, yeah, and it's uh, it's crazy world out there. Yeah, yeah. That's one of those people. I've only had to deal with that in a small amount um, of all the hires that I've had. I've only had one occasion that I've had anything like that. I think a lot of people would like to see Martin Luther King. I wish he was around, like Jerry saying that, to hear what's going on right now, because he was, you know, I'm old enough, and I know Kevin and some of the others are out there. I remember all that going on. I remember, uh, you know, real peaceful marches, and that's not what we got now. We got we got hatred. I mean, you didn't see the destruction and everything else in a Martin Luther King march. I mean, they may have blocked the road and marched down a highway, but it was nothing like what's going on now. I mean, they crossed the bridge in Alabama. Mississippi, and those things were not. I mean, people hated it. Don't get me wrong. There was a lot of animosity toward all that, and I grew up in my freshman year was the first year in school that we had integrated schools in 1966 or 65 or 66. I guess that would have been the fall of 65. We integrated schools in North Carolina. And it was something. It was something. But we actually embraced it and did really, really good at my small school in Cherryville here. The boy that we only had one student that came from John Chavis, which was the black school, and his name was Harvey Patterson. We just lost him just a couple of months ago. He was a classmate of mine, and he was the very first student in the high school ranks that came to Cherryville. Then the next year, they closed the black school down, and everybody came, and it was good. It was we had no strife. We had no problems. The kids got along good together. I mean, there's always the element, both sides, that would cause problems, but all in all, it was a very, very peaceful coexistence. And some of my best friends are the ones I graduated with, played sports with, played side by side to this day. I mean, I can show you a picture of my 50th class reunion, and they came to my house, and best of friends. I could call up Al Graves right now, and if I needed something, I'd ask him, and he'd say, "Mike, what you need?" And I'll be on down, and we'd help each other. And that kind of friendship that grew out and was true friendship, and it was not made up friendship. And that's what we need in this world today. And that came through the Martin Luther era, the Martin Luther King era. I mean, we lived through all that, and that was integration. That was not segregation. And the problem we have now is, yeah, I know it, and that's crying shame. Yeah, that's some of this new Green Deal stuff that they're trying to throw down our throats right now. And oh, wait a minute, what am I saying, Jerry? No, you didn't. What did I not didn't? I don't know what I didn't do. Were you talking to me, Jerry? I don't know. I have to get my. But anyway, times were different, and like I said, we at that point, everybody on the black side wanted to integrate, and now the new young ones want to segregate again. They want it Black Lives Matter only. They don't want to join together. And it's and that's about what I was trying to say, Kevin. The LGBT and the far left have tried to steer the black agenda the wrong way. I mean, like I've said it 100 times, what was Jerry saying here? Protest nonviolent back then. I think the protest. Well, I mean, there was some that got out of hand, but not generally speaking. I mean, there wasn't what you take into consideration. I mean, I live here in North Carolina, and we had the sit-in in Winston-Salem, and that was peaceful to a degree. I mean, there was some retribution out of that, and then, but the Martin Luther King. You take in respect that and the March on Washington in comparison to what we have now today, it is night and day difference. I mean, I think it was terrible. The comparison between what we had then, and we were integrating as in comparison to what we've got now, and they're destructive and tearing down things and just being so, they've got stirred up by this Antifa, and it's terrible. It is terrible what they're doing, and I don't know what I don't know what we're gonna do in the future. I mean, we've got to get back on the right track. That's right. Nobody was tearing down statues back then, and and you know, and I was saying the other day, of course I had the name wrong. I was saying Frederick Marshall, but I meant Frederick Douglass. The idiots, the idiots up there were tearing down Frederick Douglass's statue, who was an abolitionist, who was the guy that helped with the Underground Railroad and everything else. And those idiots were so lacking in history that they didn't know that was the leader that helped the black community more than anybody back in the Civil War times. And for them to be so ignorant, this is why so many people are saying, don't tear your history all to pieces. I mean, you want to rewrite the history, and we've got this 1619 thing. Oops, excuse me, that some of them are pushing, which is not right. I mean, they're trying to rewrite history, and they don't want to hear real history. Some of them don't. They want to make it up that this is what we believe happened, and I don't know. It's really, really weird out there. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I mean. The comparison between the marches of the '60s and the destruction of today is night and day difference, and that's why they're getting a backlash of it right now. I think there's a backlash with all races that are looking at that and going, "This is not what we want." I mean, I think you're getting them to realize, black, white, everybody going, no, wait a minute, I don't want this extreme left craziness. This is not how we're going to rule the world. And I hope there's a silent majority out there that will right this ship, and that's all we can hope. That's all we can hope for. I just feel like you're not going to get peace by tearing the world apart. You're not going to get peace by you know throwing rocks at buildings and statues and tearing them down and try to I don't know. And we've got so many people on the extreme left that are agreeing with that. It's scary. I mean, it's really scary. I don't know. We will see. Well, guys, I got to get off here. My voice is about to drop. I thoroughly enjoyed it tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed seeing Josh out there tonight. And Josh is a young man that he's real enthusiastic. I like chatting with him, and hope I didn't get him in trouble with his mother. That's twice I know he's been on with me, and both times his mother's had to kind of call him down. He has got so much energy. I think he forgets what he's got to be doing there. But he's a joy to have on, and for a young man with his disabilities and everything to overcome what he has and keep himself straight. I think it's good. All right, we'll take care of that, Renegade. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I've enjoyed it, guys. Y'all take care, and I'll catch you here Sunday. I may actually have to drive myself Sunday, so I may be on the road Sunday. So that may be something different you'll see, because I'm having to change some things around. But y'all guys take care, and I'll see you around. Goodbye.